20 miles from anyone. Set my sights on the setting sun. Heaven taught me not to leave.
Where am I? Where am I?
All right, it's okay. Just calm down.
Who are you? Where am I?
The morgue and the police precinct.
Why? I was coming home. What's going on? Why am I here now?
What's the last thing you remember?
Coming home. I was coming home from something. I don't know. It's all kind of fuzzy right now.
That's all right. Do you remember waking up?
Yeah, it happened just now.
No, not that. Before that.
Oh, maybe. I remember sensing cold, but not exactly feeling it. And I couldn't move, so I just stared. And I saw some flashes of light. And there was a man and a woman there. And she had my head in her lap. And she looked at me with such pity in her eyes. And I could see her plain as day. But she couldn't see me at all. And then she said something to that man. And I don't know what she meant by it.
What was it?
She said, I remember now. He had me in his arms, and he was behind me, and I couldn't see him, and I wanted to get away from him, but he just kept choking me, telling me things I couldn't get. He said I was choking. It was all gone. I couldn't think, and now I'm here. I'm here now. And that means she was right, wasn't she? I'm dead.
All right, Fraser, you taking notes? Yep.
This isn't a lecture. I don't think that she needs to be making a transcript.
Yeah. So forensics identified her as having done a murder around 11:30 Saturday night. We got a call about a young woman in an alley, found her a few hours later, still in the same spot as where she was murdered. Abrasions around the neck, strangled to death. And the book she was found at the Georges by Bergen. We spoke to her friends and family as soon as we had information to tell them.
What's that like, Fauna?
What?
You know, telling someone their loved one's dead. I mean, you go into it knowing that you're going to hurt them, but there's nothing you can really do to help.
It's your duty. This line of work makes you experience the good things and the bad things. Telling someone that their kid died is a side that requires sensitivity.
It's not easy, that's for sure. So how did it go when you told your parents?
Same as he usually does. Lots of tears and confusion, disbelief. All they knew was Emma had gone to a friend's birthday party and was supposed to come home afterwards, but of course she didn't.
Her friend said everything seemed fine when she left. From what they could tell, she wasn't acting any differently than usual.
I can't imagine what it must be like to lose someone so unexpectedly.
When whooping around about it isn't going to change things. Come on, set up the timeline for us.
All right, 11:30 p.m. murder, Saturday night. What time did her parents say she left the house that day?
7 p.m. to go to her friend's birthday party at a restaurant which is...
Downtown, Italian place.
Who was with her?
A girl named Lauren was celebrating. 10 friends were with her. The birthday girl's family was there, but left to go home early around 9 o'clock.
And did they remember what time she left the party?
Yes, 10:45.
And that's all you got.
Now what? Street surveillance footage from the crime scene location. Should tell us what we need to know.
Looking for the nearest camera now.
It doesn't seem like the killer was very discreet about this. If you can see him on surveillance, it's like he didn't even care about getting caught.
Maybe he didn't, which is what I'm trying to understand.
All right, here's the nearest street camp.
Why someone let a young girl walk home alone at night is beyond me.
Okay, there's Emma. And the guy bumping into her.
He dropped something, did you see?
Hold on, let me go back.
It's the book. The Georges, he gave it to her.
So he slipped her the book. And now...
That's enough. It's him. He's our killer.
You know, I never expected being dead to feel so similar to being alive. I just don't feel as much as I used to. It's different. You hear about these things happening on the news all the time, but you never think it'll happen to you. And I don't know why it happened or how, but it feels like a part of my identity is missing, and I don't understand any of it at all.
I'm sending out a description of the killer's clothing to news stations along with a picture of Emma. You have to get the story out there.
I know him.
Do you think people will call in?
Not a great chance usually, but the shop.
And her, she was there too. They're the people that found me. I feel like I've seen that before. When I was walking home, some guy bumped into me, and I dropped all my stuff. And when I went to pick it up, I found that book.
What's so special about it?
It wasn't special. It was horrible. There were letters and drawings inside, and they were all for me.
I'm sending the book down to the lab. This might be able to help us identify the killer.
I don't know anything about that book, except for one myth, about Orpheus and Eurydice. It's haunting. Orpheus has just reached the light when he looks back at his wife. If he had just kept going, she would have been in his life again. But instead, she was doomed to fade. Became another warring soul. That's what I thought being dead was supposed to be like. Following the people you love like a shadow.
That feeling must stop at some point.
How long will it take? Do I just keep floating around waiting for something to change?
Honestly, I don't know.
You seem so content with all of this, like you actually know that there's something coming afterwards. Something more than just waiting.
You know what Orpheus did after he lost Eurydice? He cried for months. He sang songs of mourning to trees and tigers and birds. And ultimately, he was torn apart by people who couldn't understand his grieving for his lost love and didn't want to hear it anymore. But even torn apart, he ached for her. And he called her name, and the riverbanks...
What is any of that supposed to mean?
Can't change what's already happened, okay? Your life is over. And no matter how much the living may call your name, there is no way to bring you back to life. This is what's real now. We are real.
You mean like a stalker or something, Vana?
It would make sense. She didn't indicate that she was in trouble the days leading up to the murder.
I can't stop going over every bit of it in my mind.
Why's that? I've never seen you so worked up before.
That's because you haven't been around long enough.
Thanks, Pete. This one's a little different than usual, Mary. I tend to get people who have lived, people who have seen and done good in their lives, and twice the amount of bad. And then there's her. So young, mostly unscathed by life. And now she's gone.
Are you ever afraid it'll happen to you?
I think about it sometimes. But afraid? No. I look at Emma's case and I don't see me in it. I see her mother and father and the look on their faces when I had to tell them that their daughter was dead. Not only dead, murdered. And I think about my own little girl, 4 years old, so full of happiness and ignorance. I do all of this because I would rather she stay an ignorant, happy kid than know all of the horrible things that happen out there. I want to get rid of all the murderers and all the kidnappers and anyone who can hurt her so that she can just continue to be as pure and bright as she is now. But I think we both know that's not possible.
You try, Vana. And you do a good job too. As long as there are people who are willing to try and bring justice into the world, then we're all a lot better off than we think.
No legitimate response to the injuries put out. But we could send tech to street footage. See if they could get a clear view of the killer's face from what we have.
I know it sounds childish, but I still don't understand why of all people this had to happen to me.
You don't have to understand it. I mean, you can't. Even in death, there are some things that none of us are ever meant to comprehend.
You're right. How did you come to terms with your death so quickly?
I knew when I was alive that it had to happen, and I know the same thing now.
How did you die? You're too young to die in natural causes.
Am I?
You can't be more than what? 19? 20? Did you have a terminal illness?
No.
An accident?
No.
So what? Did somebody murder you too?
Something like that?
Something like that? Let me rephrase the question for you. Did somebody take away your future? Did they cut all ties you had with the people you loved? Did they take away everything you'd ever worked for their own selfish plan?
No.
Then what?
I ended myself.
If it were serial or extensively planned by someone she knew, there would be traps. He would have left her warnings or shown signs of violence towards her previously.
What reason would he have to kill her if he didn't really know her?
Typically, in a stalker case, it would be jealousy, obsession, love, envy. But this looks like something spur of the moment.
Life isn't always what you think it would be, Emma.
No. Neither is death, apparently.
Were you happy when you were alive?
Yeah. I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. Thought I'd have more time.
Do you regret that you died before knowing?
Knowing what?
What it is to grow, be an adult, or be careless, be in love, things like that.
I do. You loved someone, didn't you? I've seen it in your eyes.
Yes.
Well, what was it like?
I wouldn't know.
That's not true. Come on, tell me.
Fine. It was this girl. I was crazy about her, but she never seemed to notice me. I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life, but she didn't care. I'd want to talk to her, and she'd just walk away. Or I'd look at her, and she'd turn from me. It hurt to love someone that much if they didn't give a damn. So, one day I gave up, like she wanted me to. I tried to say goodbye, but it didn't go as planned. Then I went home, washed away the guilt, and the tears, and the blame, until I was just happy to be going. And then I did it, and it was over. And we were over. But I still feel as though there's something keeping our souls together. No matter where she goes or what she does, I will always be there with her. There is nothing that can keep me away from her. I can never let her go.
I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do to make it better.
You can't. But I know she's suffering worse than I ever did. She will know that she is the reason I killed myself, and that will haunt her. The thought of me will always be on her mind. And once she's realized she can't escape, she'll learn to love me as I love her.
Whether she loves you or not, it doesn't matter. Like you said, we're the ones that are here.
You're right.
There's only so much guessing we can do.
Guess no more. Tech just sent me the name they got through the facial recognition.
And?
Devin Reed.
Did they check if he has any connections to her?
They're on it now. In the meantime, they sent us his address.
Perfect. Let's pay Mr. Reed a visit, see if he has anything to tell us.
Devin Reed. That might be his name. I might see his face for the first time.
Are you afraid?
No, I'm not afraid of him. I'm afraid of what comes after. Will I finally move on and be at peace? Or am I just meant to stay here and watch everyone's lives pass?
I don't know.
If he did this to me, what could he have done to other people?
Did you ever think that it was just you?
How could it be? I never even knew him.
Devin Reed, police, open up.
All I know is I want him to pay for what he's done. I trust they're going to make that happen.
Your vengeance won't be necessary.
Mr. Reed, please open the door. We have a warrant.
What are you talking about? He took away everything from me, and he wasn't even decent enough to show his face.
You didn't deserve the courtesy. You never turned around. You never looked.
We're coming in.
Breakers, stay with sober.
Life works in mysterious ways, Emma, and so does death.
What are you talking about?
Everything's going as planned now. You don't have to speak. Stop trying to run away from me. It won't work. I've got you now.
In here. He hung himself.
What's your name?
There's a note.
All you had to do was notice me. Then I wouldn't have wanted to disappear.
What's your name?
Devin Reed. Nice that you finally see me, Emma.
Emma, this was all for her. I love her. does divine anger harass you?
Eurydice, you atone for a heavy crime. It is Orpheus, wretched man, who brings this punishment upon you.
He brings this punishment on you no less than you deserve. Fate did not oppose it.
He raves madly for his lost wife.
She doomed her headlong along the stream
So as to escape you. Did not see the fierce snake.
that kept to the riverbank.
And deep grass under her feet.
She vanished, forced to follow her puncher like a shadow in the next plane.
Our story begins here.
Emma? Emma! Come here. You look beautiful. Dance with me. Stop, she's behind. I said stop, she's mine.
Orpheus, the myth must end.
It's not a myth, she's really mine. Emma, did they hurt you?
Awake from your dream.
Emma, I love you. You love me too, right?
Face the facts, Orpheus.
Emma, turn around.
No.
Turn around, Emma!
No.
Emma, turn around! Emma!
The myth begins to crumble.
Lauren? Lauren, can you hear me? Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just heading out of the party a little early. My head hurts. No, please. I can go home by myself. My house isn't even that far from here. No, stay. Look, it's your birthday, please. I just wanted to tell you so you didn't worry. I'm outside already. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye, Lauren. Love you.
You need to stop it right now!
Orpheus, awaken.
I am awake!
Open your eyes.
Turn around and face the truth.
And watch the falsehoods fade away.
What are you talking about? Leave me alone, I want to be with Emma!
Orpheus, we are helping you.
We are revealing the truth.
You want the truth?
We know the
truth! She loves me. She's going to see this and she's going to love it. I'll show you what reality is.
Hey! You dropped your book. Where'd you go?
The Georgix book?
The myth is correct.
Eurydice, stop. Do not proceed.
What? Oh my god. This is a joke.
She loves it.
Emma, you are my everything?
Who did this?
Why me?
She looks adorable when she's asleep. I just want to kiss her.
How did he get those photos?
I'm going to throw up. She bought a new dress today. Green suits her better. It matches her eyes.
Where is he now?
It says he loves me.
I love you.
I feel sick.
Tell me you love me.
I will never love you.
This is horrible.
What?
Oh my god. I have a stalker. I have to call the police. I don't know. What do I do?
Face, Orpheus.
You were supposed to love it.
Hello?
Simply turn
And you will vanish.
rid you of what is to come.
You were supposed to love me back.
Is somebody there?
Reality has arrived.
Turn now. Where are you?
And in that final moment, he simply wished to lull her to sleep.
Orpheus, what madness destroyed him and himself and you?
In that instant, all his effort was wasted.
No love, no wedding song could move Orpheus' heart.
He grasped in vain at shadows and longed to speak further.
With what tears could he move the spirits? With what voice move their powers?
Emma, I'm sorry. Please wake up. Look at me. Open your eyes and look at me. They're just messing with me. This isn't real. Hey, let's go back to the truth. Let's go back. Dance with me, Anna. Come on. Get up and dance with me. It's not... You're finally all mine, Emma. Please. It was an accident, Emma! This wouldn't have had to happen if it wasn't for them! This wouldn't have had to happen if you showed that you love me back. Emma, I gave you a gift. I gave you my love. You're my everything. Everything I've ever done is just for you. This can't be the truth. There's no way. I know that you love me back. Stop, it hurts! She loves me. She doesn't love me. She loves me. She doesn't love me. She doesn't. What have I done? What did I do to you? Oh, God!
The voice alone, the ice-cold tongue with every breath cried out. The riverbanks echoed all along the stream.
He wandered. Mourning his lost Eurydice.
I'm dead.
You know what Orpheus did after he lost Eurydice?
You mean like a stalker or something, Donald?
Life isn't always what you think it would be. You never turned around. You never lost.
Emma, this is all for her. I love her.
I will never love you.
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 I will never love you. I will never love you. Never.
Will never love
I will never love you. Never.
Emma, this is all for you. I love you.
It tore the youth apart and scattered him over the fields. Orpheus, consoling love's anguish,
His hollow lyre.
sang of you, alone on the empty shore. Emma, this was all for her. I love her.
I will never love you.